So I think I've met most of you, but my name's Lindsay for anyone that hasn't met me. And we've got Rosie today, who you probably won't have met, so I'll let her say hi.
Hi, I'm Rosie. So I'm looking after the border division. I've taken over from Gemma. So I'm not sure if any of you are from that region. But yeah, I'm slowly getting to know people in that area. So yeah, great to be on the team. And hopefully I'll meet some of you at some point.
Awesome. Rosie, you might just need to sit a little bit closer because it's a little bit hard to hear you.
Oh, sure. Okay, I'll come
Thank
a bit
you.
closer. Thanks.
Okay, great. So I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land from which we are presenting from today, the Turrbal and Jaguar people, for those of us in the office, along with the traditional owners of where you're all joining us from. I pay my respect to elders past, present, and emerging. So we're quite a small group, so feel free to write any questions that you have throughout the session in the chat, but you can also just put your hand out or shout out if you have anything you want to ask. We're a pretty small group today. So just a bit of an overview of what we'll go over. So we've got some program updates. So we'll talk a little bit about the updates that we've made to our level 4 hands-on nutrition workshops, both the workshop itself and the training. Then we'll give you a bit of an update of where we're going with level 5, which was previously that Back to Basics series. And also we'll be launching our Product of the Year Strawberry resources at conference. So we'll have a little bit of a chat about that. And then we'll have time for any questions and networking and things like that at the end. Oh, I've got a couple of people in the waiting room. Just let me let them in. Hi, Roz. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for joining. We're just getting into the start of it now. I was just giving a bit of an overview of what we're going to cover, which is just the some program updates, and then we'll have time for a Q&A session as well. So in regards to, we'll start off with the level 4 hands-on nutrition workshop update. So we're very happy to announce that our updates to level 4 of the pathway are now complete. We've received lots of feedback from both facilitators running workshops over the years, as well as participants who come along to learn from us. And we've tried to take this all on board and make some updates to our level 4 training to make it a little more practical. So what was once called the standard hands-on nutrition workshop will now be called Healthy and Affordable Cooking at Home. And this workshop theme is all about sharing practical tips and education to help participants increase their fruit and vegetable intake with a focus on cooking budget-friendly recipes. So we've tried to streamline the format of the workshops. So we've made them a little bit shorter and hopefully more straightforward to run. So that means there's no longer kind of a bigger cooking demonstration component. Instead, we'll just start with some nutrition education, similar to previously using the flip book, which has been updated. And then that will be followed actually by just a short demonstration of knife safety and knife skills, and then moving into the group cooking component. So these changes mean that we've shortened the length a little bit of the workshop, so it should only take between 2.5 to 3 hours to complete. We've also created some additional resources for facilitators to support with the delivery of the workshops, which we'll go over in the next couple slides. The recipe booklet that the participants get to take home has also had some updates as well. And lastly, so the level 4 training day itself has been updated to reflect these changes to the cooking workshops. So it's now a 4-hour in-person session. So it's a little bit shorter, which was good. I believe the previous one ran closer to 6 hours, which is run with a group of at least 6 facilitators, ideally in various locations around the state. You need to have done the levels 1 to 3 training before level 4. So if you are interested in attending a level 4 session, you can get in touch with your buddy, and we can just start kind of an expression of interest list for your area. And then once we've got enough facilitators interested, then we can start planning a training from there. So we'll go over a few of the updated resources for level 4, and then I'll leave room for any questions about it. So the first resource we'll chat about is the Facilitator guidelines. These have been updated to reflect the overall changes to the cooking workshop format, as well as the changes to the level 4 training. So remember that the Facilitator guidelines accompany the training sessions, and they'll summarize all of the content delivered in that session. They also contain session plans to help you plan and deliver your first cooking workshop. The content of the nutrition education flipbook, so that's that flipbook that we've always used to deliver the education. So that's had a bit of an overhaul as well, and has shifted to have more of a focus on increasing the fruit and vegetable content of meals, as well as planning and budgeting for healthy foods. So I think the updates to the education have just made it a lot more practical. So it has a lot more practical tips that people can actually hopefully take home and put into practice, and includes also some meal ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as easy to practice budgeting tips. And then the next resource that we've updated, and this one's probably the one people have been really happy about, is around our recipe selection guide. So we've actually created a recipe selection guide that will help you to work out the number of groups you will have in your workshop, and how big to make each group, and how many recipes you're going to need to pick based on that, and what appliance your venue will need for each recipe, and what additional cooking equipment, if it's not found in the kits, that is required to prepare the chosen recipe. So there are over 20 recipes to choose from for the healthy and affordable cooking at home theme, which is really good. So if you're delivering multiple workshops with the same group, you do have 20 different recipes that you can work your way through. Each workshop theme, so if you were doing, let's say, a healthy lunchbox or something like that, also will have a corresponding recipe selection guide, which hopefully will make the logistics clearer and help you feel more confident to plan out the details of your workshop. And so along with that, then we've updated the recipe booklet that participants take home with them. So it now will include a summary of all of the education delivered during the workshop, as well as a copy of the recipes. So they'll have a copy of actually all 20 recipes in there. The nutrition information covered will include education and practical tips around increasing fruit and vegetable intake, tips for reducing the grocery bill while still including healthy and nutritious foods, the handy portion guide, which will show standard serve sizes of the 5 food groups using hands as measurements, a pantry staples checklist, and, as we mentioned, a copy of all the recipes. And lastly, in terms of updated resources, we've got our new double-sided pictorial recipe cards to assist participants with the cooking component of the workshop. So these cards will list what equipment is needed from the kitchen kits, the appliances needed to prepare the dish, and step-by-step instructions with accompanying images. Each workshop suitable recipe will have its own workshop recipe card, and your buddy will provide you with the relevant cards for your workshop ahead of time. So yeah, hopefully these cards will especially benefit any low English groups that you may have and things like that, and just make it a little bit easier to run the workshops. I'll get into the level 5 update, but I might just pause because that was a bit of information. There'll be time for more questions at the end, but does anyone want anything clarified from what we just covered over the updated level 4 resources? All good? Okay, perfect. All right, we shall keep going then. So this is just a brief update, as I know we've gotten a few questions around the level 5 back to basics. You'll probably see that we haven't run any back to basics training in a little while, and that is because we're in the process now of updating level 5 of the pathway. So for those who haven't completed their level 5 training yet, it was previously about running a series of back to basics workshops with the same group of participants. So it was like if you were doing 4 workshops with the same group, and there were 2 streams of workshops, one catered to adults and one to children. But now that we've kind of made all those changes to level 4, which make the workshop more suitable to modify and run multiple sessions with the same group, we made the decision to make level 5 dedicated to just working with children. We've had a lot of interest from facilitators and branches wanting to work with schools and other groups of young people. So we wanted to be able to make this as easy as possible, as well as provide you with the necessary support, latest evidence, and safe messaging when working with kids and food. So these changes are currently under development with the goal to have a collection of child-appropriate health promotion activities and recipes categorized by age group that you can pick and choose from depending on the group that you are working with, and the time you have available, as well as the setting. So if you maybe have experience working with kids in the past, or you have any input, we would love any input from facilitators who have been delivering activities in this space. So if you'd like to be involved in the development of level 5, get in touch with your Country Kitchens buddy, and we'd love to have you to run ideas by or get ideas from and just help contribute to making it successful. Any questions around just that level 5 update? It was a bit brief, but yeah, we're just kind of in the early stages of updating it all. All right, perfect. Well, I will let Rosie take over from me, and she's going to talk to you about the product of the year. Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, so every year we put together, the Country Kitchen team put together the suite of resources to celebrate the QCWA product of the year through that health promotion lens. So the resources are designed to learn about and celebrate the primary product while also promoting Country Kitchen's 5 key messages. So for 2026, the product of the year is strawberries. So every branch is going to be receiving 1 hard copy pack of the Country Kitchen's strawberry resources. And the pack is going to contain a number of different things. So there will be a community activity guidelines book. So that will provide some background information about strawberries, and it will outline 4 different strawberry themed health promotion activities that also promote Country Kitchen's messages. The booklet will come with detailed instructions for each of the activities, so how to plan them and how to deliver them. You'll also be getting a recipe booklet with healthy strawberry recipes. So they've all been tested by the team, and you can request extra copies of the booklet from your buddy if you need some more as well. You'll also be receiving an A3 poster and a set of flip cards, which you can use at showcase activities. So the resource packs are going to be launched at the QCWA State Conference in Cairns. So if a facilitator from your branch is going to be attending the conference, come over and pick up a pack from our stall. Otherwise, we'll be providing them to your division convener or your president for distribution, and we'll take down the name of who has collected them so that we can let you know who you can get it from. So although we're only providing 1 hard copy of the resources per branch, there are digital copies of all of the materials available on the Country Kitchen's website, and that's just under the resources tab. So if you hover your mouse over that tab, that resources tab, a drop-down menu should appear, and then you're able to find all the resources under the QCWA member activities option. Okay, so this year we've developed 4 different health promotion activities that you can run. So these can be great to run during your branch meetings or as part of any product of the year events that you do. So the community activity guideline booklet will go through each activity in detail. But the 4 activities we have are strawberry recipe promotion. So that's basically any of the strawberry recipes and doing a promotion around them, whether that's at your branch or it's a showcase as well. Then there's also making a granola mix. So that's got all the information and instructions of what you need to do an activity where everyone makes some granola. And that is a part of the strawberry parfait recipe, which is one of the strawberry recipes in the booklet. The next one is making a strawberry felt food model. So it's got all the instructions and the pattern to make a small felt strawberry. So that's a great craft activity that you could do as part of a craft day. And then there's also strawberry showcases as well. So that activity's got some ideas of how you could set up a showcase and some activities that you could run related to strawberries for a showcase. So we're planning to run a more comprehensive webinar after conference to go over these resources and activities in a bit more detail so that you're able to ask some more specific questions there. But we of course can answer any questions you have about it as well today. So the other thing we wanted just to mention is just in regards to blue cards. So there's a couple of changes coming to requirements around blue cards for anyone who's working with children. And to help prepare for the changes, we just wanted to make sure that everyone's blue card details are recorded. So if you have an existing blue card and haven't already sent us the details, please send us the number that's on your blue card as well as your date of birth. And that way we'll be able to make sure that your card is linked to the QCWA. So your blue card technically must be linked to every organisation through which you're working or volunteering with children. So if you're currently working with children and you don't yet have a blue card, you can also just get in touch with your buddy and we can support you and help you through the process of getting one. And it's free to apply for a volunteer blue card and can be done online as well. And Meg, did you want to share anything in regards to blue cards?
Thanks, Rosie. So just to touch on, I guess, these specific changes impact QCWA more broadly. So there are changes that relate to members of our association who are in leadership roles, so those on executive committees, so including the State Executive Board, the Division Executive and the Branch Executives, requiring those people to have blue cards if they are working as a part of the work that we do with children. So this is a slight change, but there should be some more information that comes out regarding those changes. And as Rosie mentioned, we're here to help anyone who needs to apply for a blue card, so we can support you to do that. And as I say, if you already have a card or an application in process and you're not sure if it's linked, just send us through the details and we can very easily check that for you. So as I say, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to the team, but there'll be some more information that comes through in terms of those changes and the impacts for branch executive and division executive as well.
Great. Thank you, Meg.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
absolutely.
Questions?
Oh, yeah, it's Tracy from Coomera Branch. So the expectation is that anybody who's on branch executive will have to have a blue card now?
Yes, Tracy. So this is a relatively new change and we appreciate that not every branch are doing activities with children, but these changes, I guess, are to really ensure that people in those leadership roles for an organisation who might be doing any sort of work with children, and this is not just specific to country kitchens. We've got a number of activities that take place across the association. Some of our branches have associate members, so members who are under the age of 18. some of our branches run playgroups or have other activities that involve children that are not necessarily specifically country kitchens. Obviously, country kitchens is one of those activities. But yes, moving forward, the expectation would be that those on the branch executive, as well as the division executive and the state executive board, regardless of whether they're sort of having any direct contact with children, the changes, as I say, are really around the fact that people in those leadership roles do need to hold blue cards.
Okay. And another question, I haven't checked it on the website, but has the blue card register been changed to be fillable? Because at the moment you have to print it off.
Yes, that's a great question, Tracy. So there is also, I guess, from an organisational perspective, we're working through the kind of best way to maintain those types of registers. It's certainly something I can check for you. But I guess, for example, if you have, very happy to receive any correspondence that relates to blue card just on email. If it's sort of the names and the blue card numbers and the date of birth, that can come through on email. But I can certainly flag that with our admin and membership coordinator, Zoe, to see if we can get that form fillable.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a central place where you want us to send the blue card details? I know that everybody on our executive does have a blue card. I was not aware that it needed to be sent through to QCWA. Is there somewhere where you'd like us all just to send it through as one from the whole group?
Absolutely. You can send them through directly to me. If you already have a list, that's wonderful. Feel free to send that directly through to me. And I can put my email address in the chat. Otherwise, it can also go to the state secretary or the admin, the QCWA admin email. So if you send it through to any of those, we can check the list and make sure that everyone is linked to the QCWA. So as I say, at this stage, we're sort of working through what will be the best process. But, if you've got lists at your branch, please feel free to send them through and we'll get you linked and you'll get a response confirming that that's taken place.
I understand that this is a really new process. Will there be something that comes out at the time of everybody's AGM saying this is a requirement and
come out before then?
Yes.
So the intention will be that moving forward, the office bearer forms will be updated so that when they are submitted back to state office, so those branch office bearer forms and also the division office bearer forms, that there would be a space made on those forms to include a blue card number and a date of birth so that we can link those more easily.
Thank you.
Meg, I've got a question. So Florinda, at our division meeting just the other day, Meg, I'm sure they said that they were going to, state office is going to be rolling out an email to all the divisions to move on to their branches to inform them that they need to get on, get their members on the blue card. But I just want to clarify, say we've got a member who is a school teacher. Now, she would need a card because she's a teacher. But when she's working with the children at, say, our branch, does she need to have a separate card? Because she won't be there as a teacher. She'll be there as a member of the branch. Does she need to have a volunteer's card as well?
So some of those people, such as registered teachers, do have exemptions. So they don't necessarily have to have a blue card, but they have to, I guess, have an exemption. And we note that, that gets noted for us in terms of that they are a member of our organisation, but they have an exemption. And the reason for their exemption is because they are a registered teacher. So there are a few of those examples that I'm sure will come up because, we do have a very large member cohort. Yeah. And again, very happy to have any specific questions around that directed to me, and we can work through that in terms of determining whether that person needs a blue card or how we'll make sure that that's documented from a QCWA perspective. So we'll be looking to, I guess, have a register or have that information kept in the QCWA database. So that's something that we'll be working through as well.
Thank you, Meg.
Any other questions on blue cards?
Sorry, I have one more question.
That's okay.
So going back to the strawberries, you said that you've got a felt food model. do you actually have the pattern to make the felt food model?
Yes.
Awesome.
There is a pattern in there, and I think it was Alex who made a little trial one. It's very
tested
cute.
it. Worked.
It works. Maybe in the webinar they do about it, they can show you. We can show you that what it looks like. So it's quite a small strawberry. It looks really cute.
Because our Jackson branch has got. I've been making them for the Jackson branch, so I've been a bit slack. I haven't done the dragon fruit, but I need to add that, and now I have to add the strawberry too. Thanks.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I guess because it's a small fruit, you can probably make lots of strawberries from one piece of felt, which is great. Any other questions at all about the level 4 or 5, like what we've chatted about, level 4 or level 5 changes, or the strawberry resources before we move on? No? Awesome. So we're just going to now use the rest of our meeting just to have an open Q&A and group discussion. So you're welcome to chat about anything. A couple of things we thought we'd ask is if there's any particular activities that you've been involved in this quarter, as well as if you've got any particular ideas you wanted to chat about for upcoming activities that you'd like to run. And also if anybody would like to share how they may have spent their $200 Country Kitchen Fund, just as a way of sharing ideas of how we can use that money. And if so, if you've spent it, what have you spent it on? So yeah, would anyone like to share what they've been up to?
I can start if you like.
Yeah.
So Boona Branch, we bought a couple of electric fry pans.
Lovely.
Instead of, because sort of with those induction ones, the minute you take it off, you've got to restart it, and so we've sort of spent our money and bought a couple of electric fry pans.
Wonderful. That's great.
I think Jo's picked them up already.
Yeah, I think she has, because she was chatting to me about the workshop for next week.
Yeah, and my apologies, I can't be there. We're going away.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll be there.
That's what Jo told me.
Yeah. Anyone else want to share anything they've been up to, or anything around the $200 or any ideas?
Can I just ask a question? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not on video because I'm having cancer treatment on my face at the moment, so I look a mess. Is there an expiry date on the $200, or is it just for the one financial year and we have to use it, or there's no expiry date on it?
There's no specific expiry date, Ros. So I guess, you don't need to kind of equip that money in any kind of way. If you can just let us know either, what you plan to spend it on, but it certainly doesn't need to be, spent in this financial year if you don't think it's something you'd like to spend it on. So no, there's no expiry date. It's yours to use for Country Kitchen's activities as you see fit in your branch or in your community.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So the Jackson branch is putting out, they've got a few ideas because they've just got a new kitchen. They've upgraded all their cupboards and all these wonderful stainless steel ones. So they're throwing around some different ideas on what to do with it. So they haven't spent any of it yet. They're still coming up with the best outcome for it. And Lindsay, I'll talk to you at conference about you coming to the Wandoan show. I've made some more specifics. I've organised, so that we've got the space and that sort of thing. So I'll talk to you. Yes, so I was talking to the convener yesterday, and it's all going good. So I'll catch up with you at conference.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
I think, Ros, maybe you had your hand up.
Yeah, I did. This is a little bit of a funny story. I'm at Ravenshoe at the moment, and I ran into one of the Ravenshoe members who is a friend in the hairdressers, and we started to talk about country kitchens. So between us, we publicised country kitchens to the hairdressers in Ravenshoe. Except I couldn't remember all the 5 key messages, but I nearly got there. But I just thought it's just a little way of every opportunity to do something, and yeah, and it's just you just can't. Well, I don't constantly bring it up in conversation, but yeah, that was just one of the things that we did this week. Well, Sue and I did this week, so
Lovely, nice. Is Sue, is that your friend in Ravenshoe?
yes.
Is she part of Country Kitchens, or she's just a member of the branch?
She's a member of the branch, but they country Ravenshoe's really busy because they're doing their centenary of being in the district at the moment. So, and they're doing Children's Rights Day at conference time. So, while they think about country kitchens,
There's a lot going on.
they have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Always a lot going on in that branch.
Yeah, lovely.
Cool. Anyone else like to share anything? Good. Okay, well, hopefully that was informative and a good little update about what's been happening. And yeah, as Rosie mentioned, we will schedule in a little webinar more going over the strawberry recipes and the activities and things like that. And your branches will receive that pack either at conference or it'll be mailed out to you afterwards. So if you have any facilitators that couldn't get on today that are interested, we will send out the link of this recording after we upload it to YouTube. So that will be available for anyone to watch who's interested. But thank you so much for coming, and hopefully we'll see a few of you up in Cairns in a week or so.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye-bye.